Welcome back to The Good Talk, the show where we discuss what's hot, what's grot, and everything between in the wide world of Warhammer. We are here on this lovely Thursday evening, and we're here to talk about the Stinky Boys, the Death Guard.
Ooh.
We have here, of course, Death Guard connoisseur, Mr. Bergeron.
I like all things gross. That's me.
Joys Taco Bell and Death Guard. We, of course, had the real reveals for them yesterday, so we're going to be talking about, frankly, the durability is the thing that everyone's chatting about. We have some thoughts, so we thought we'd chime in on that. So we'll be discussing that. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to super chat them over and we'll take a look. And if you have any lists for review, we are coming up on things like the Bay Area Open, kind of the final big events of the edition. So happy to take a look at those. Other than that, we're going to dive on in and start talking about the stinkiest of boys.
Ooh,
shall we?
Let's do it.
Well, let's take a look. There's a lot of questions as far as what does durability for Death Guard look like?
I don't think she knows which scene it is.
Today's talks one.
No, there we go.
There it is. I like this. Is good. This is good.
I was trying to get the text right there, but
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
there's no text there. You can just hide that. What do we think about this?
Okay.
So notably, what is here and what is not here, right?
so they're T6.
Oh, that's
Something that people mentioned,
yeah.
but they often mention it as like, what does this do? Like, why do I care? What does it matter? So the breakpoints that you care about, going from 5 to 6, are 5, 3, well, 3, 5, 6, 10, and 11. Those are the strengths that you care about.
Right.
We haven't seen anything at strength 10 or 11, have we? Not that I can think of.
Not really. No, they're kind of jumping under or over that, right?
Right. Strength 3, generally pretty rare in the game. It's also stuff that you wouldn't care about as a Terminator anyway. You have a toe save.
Right.
Strength 5 and 6 doesn't exist much, right? Like, these are all things we haven't seen a whole lot of.
Weird threshold.
Yeah,
Why?
tough 6 is strange.
I think, but I will say this, and I think this is going to kind of be a theme as we discuss this. There are ways in other armies that we've seen to reduce strength. So, for example, I'm totally blanking. Anyways, there are ways to reduce strength, and I could very easily see Death Guard having a way to do that. So, Strength 3, not an interesting profile, but Strength 4, a lot of Strength 4. If you're reducing that down to 3, making them wounding you much worse, that is very spicy. I don't know. I don't think that's not built into the contagions, right?
Not that we've seen, no. It's -1 toughness, but Death Guard currently have a spell that's -1 strength. They currently have a spell that's +1 toughness. Power Swords are strength 5, I think. They are in 9th. I think they are in 10th.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which means there are some things that these break, because if you get up to T7, that's like pretty legit.
Oh yeah.
+1 toughness, T7, which is what I'm hoping Custodies are.
7.
That's like...
7 is a big break point.
That's
for
pretty
sure.
good.
It's interesting. So, not to make excuses for GW, but T6 feels like such an odd profile. It feels like we're missing part of the picture, and we're thinking about ways in which this might be the case.
Well, to be honest, I think we are missing most of the picture. I think we're looking at a magnifying glass at a larger picture, and we're like, this little bit here I don't like. But there's a huge picture here that we don't see. One thing I will say, movement 4, excruciatingly painful.
That sucks.
This doubles down on the idea that this unit is going to deep strike and make the charge, or they're out of the game.
Yeah.
If you fail that deep strike charge, good luck, dude.
Yeah.
Now, we have seen you can deep strike in your opponent's turn. So maybe that's the way you play this. You deep strike in the opponent's turn, you get a big old 4-inch move. You get that fatty 4-inch move.
Well, you will get a chance to try the 9, then you can do the move.
You can't take the 9 in the opponent's turn.
No, but when you fail the 9 in your opponent's... Oh, you can't charge your opponent's turn.
You can't take the 9 in the opponent's turn.
What a weird ability. Anyway.
But you'll come in 9, you'll move 4, and you'll take your 5. You won't fail 5.
Right.
So maybe you just spend CP on these guys, taking that teleport homer all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, teleportation is definitely a thing. Characters, big thing. So with the advent of adding characters back into units, I think it proposes interesting questions for Death Guard, because Death Guard famously came about in 8th edition, where we lost the ability to attach characters to units. But funny enough, this is a faction with lots of support characters.
Yeah.
A Plague Surgeon, poised to be very interesting. Biologist Putrefier, who I think is underrated currently.
The grenade
guy? The grenade guy, yeah. these are very buff-centric units that I think are going to be essential to playing Death Guard. Totally speculation, but like it feels like it's such a huge part of the picture that we're missing. I'm really curious to see what they do, you know?
Yeah.
It was funny though in the article where I will say this. They were like, toughness 6. And you're like, cool, yeah, that's new. A 2+ save and a 4+ invulnerable?
And you're
my
like,
goodness.
That's what they've
always had that.
they always had that.
Like,
They're cataphracty.
You shouldn't have said anything because that's just highlighting that
The
nothing has changed.
Sometimes the marketing people just need to not be marketing people.
Right. And of course the thing that we've kind of implied, not really said, right? There's no -1 damage. And there's
That
no...
we've seen.
That's correct.
That we've seen.
That
There's
we've
still
seen?
-1 damage.
And there's no return to a 5-up feeling no pain.
That we've seen. We don't know what the Plague Surgeon does. We've only seen the army rule. There might be detachment rules that give you a -1 damage.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
feel no pain. There's so much we don't know.
Yep.
A lot of people are jumping the gun here. So a couple of other interesting things to talk about with this data sheet. Combi weapons
Yes.
are all one thing. They also did that with all the melee weapons. Bubotic blades is all of the axes, swords,
Thank
knives. Everything's one thing. Great.
my God.
But the combi weapon's a weird one.
So from a rules perspective, I like it. It's a good weapon. Look at this thing.
insane.
It's mortals on 4s basically against infantry,
yeah.
which is cool. 2 shots at rapid fire range. It's cool profile. It's just awkward because it feels like this is going to be like any combi weapon. So your Melta, your Plasma, your Flamer, your Grav.
All one thing.
So that's a bit awkward. But again, we have gotten used to this before, right? We have Chaos Terminators that have accursed weapons that are, modeling perspective, power fists, maces, lightning claws, all combined into cursed weapons. And we've gotten used to that, so I think it's going to feel awkward in the beginning, but from rules perspective, it kind of makes more sense.
I mean, this is a push that GW's been having, I think, for years now. Slowly but surely, they're rolling the boulder down the mountain. Build what you think looks cool in the box and play it, and it shouldn't really have too much of an impact. Unless it's some giant change that you made on a model.
Right.
Just play your models and make them look cool.
Yeah, and play what's in the box, you know? Like,
Yes.
This is something that is going to be a pain point for current players.
Yep.
But keep in mind, you know, when we have new players joining, and it's like, well, look, if you want to run Devastators, you really need to buy 4 boxes so you can have all multi-meltas. And it's just like, it's a pain.
And I hope you saved your bits, because next edition you're going to be cutting all their arms off, putting different things on.
Exactly. So while it sucks for us players that are currently playing the game, it makes more sense for the overall health of the game.
Yeah.
So
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. We do have some more Death Guard stuff to show you, so let's take a look at the next image.
Yeah.
Playcaster. So notably, toughness 5. So the Terminators are in fact getting an extra toughness and 1 extra move. So Terminators getting extra toughness, 1 less movement.
I would take move 5 over toughness 6, personally.
Given what we know,
if I had the choice. But we'll see. Maybe there's like a spell that doubles your toughness.
That's the thing. We're missing a lot. With what we have now, they're not very durable.
There's no spells. What am I saying? There's no...
Well, there could be an ability, right?
There
could be an ability. There won't be from this guy, though. I do... Okay, let's talk about the Malignant Plaguecaster. Plague Wind, super saucy. Basically, it's a damage profile, which is pretty cute. But for me, the most interesting thing is if you manage to, I believe, wound, -2 move, -2 advance, -2 charge.
That's big.
The only downside is it's only 12 inches. But still, you're a slow army. It's more like throwing like a net around someone that you're going to go trying to chase, or like a rope. It's like a rodeo.
It's a lasso.
It's a lasso, and you're trying to like lasso them so you can go chase them.
It's a really gross lasso.
Yeah, it's like a sticky lasso.
It's candy rope lasso.
Oh.
And they left it out for a really long time.
Candy rope is
it's
really
The
gross.
gross.
sprinklers turned on. Got it wet.
Oh no!
No,
Oh my God.
not
Sticky,
a wet,
yeah.
sticky candy rope lasso.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what he's dealing with here. I'll be curious to see what squads he can go in. We were just chatting about this before we went live. I think if you can put this guy in a squad with Terminators, and they come down, he shoots, and then let's say you fail your deep strike charge,
You will.
then they move 4 and you move 4.
Yeah.
So like you kind of even the playing field. You get to try again next turn.
And think how good this will be against other Death Guard, only moving 2 inches.
Don't fail your deep strike charge in the mirror match. That's what I'll say.
Oh, it's super wacky.
Oh, could you Overwatch this? And then they're -2 to charge? Oh, that's dirty, nasty, gross.
I like that. That's so overall. I like this profile. Look at this. I'm happy with it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, so we will see about durability. We have one more death card thing we want to talk about, so let's take a look at that real quick. This is the Plague Burst Crawler. I think for the thing I want to talk about here is a trend that I'm seeing in a lot of weapons. I don't know about you, Bridge. I'm curious. The shooting profile here, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's a little bit. It's different. I'm not even gonna say it's better. What I'm interested in talking about is the ability, spore-laced shockwaves. This is something that I've seen in a number of units where I'm actually more interested in the side effect of the gun than the actual damage, right? It's the Plague Wound we just saw. It's the new Infernus Flamers that we've seen. Same thing here. So if they have, again, this one's just hit against infantry, they have to immediately take a battle shock test, which seems to be really the X factor in 10th edition, right?
And per mortar. Like every time a mortar attacks you.
Yeah. So you can take 2 or 3 of these things.
So 3 of these, you could be taking away all of their ability to hold objectives.
Ability to get stratagems. And if they want to fall back, there's like some negative for falling back. Anyways, it's very strong, right?
That's gross.
That's cool. And it's like a fine profile.
I will say lethal hits stands out to me as very strange on this.
Lethal hits is which one?
6s to hit, well, critical hits, auto wound.
Oh, you know why though? That's what plague weapons are now. So if you, like on the other one, all the plague weapons are just lethal hits now, which is kind of underwhelming.
You know, when they say less rerolls in the game, like, it's cool in theory. I like it if everybody lost their rerolls.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so then when you're the person losing your rerolls, you feel really bad.
Yeah. Look, this just cuts out dice altogether. You don't have to roll the wound.
It does, yeah. But that was never an issue. Like, that wasn't... Plague weapons didn't struggle to wound. That wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
The problem was we don't get enough attacks, and we really want... We're usually wounding on 2s and 3s. We really want to reroll our failed wounds, which is what Plague lets you do.
Right.
It's a way to make low number of dice more reliable without being ridiculous.
Yeah.
This does not do that. This is not in any way helpful. I would like a refund, please. I don't want lethal hits for my plague weapons for this exact reason. It's strength 8. It's an anti-infantry gun, so don't say it's to hit vehicles.
Yeah, strength 8, it's not for vehicles.
When it's specifically to battle shock infantry. Like, it's blast for infantry.
Yeah.
I like the profile.
Yeah, it's a good profile.
I think it's a good weapon. I just think that plague weapons shouldn't do this.
Yeah, the re-rolling ones was universally good.
It was key.
And here it's only good. It's better on certain types of profiles, like you're saying.
Right.
So it's kind of weird as a overall. So don't love that.
But it's an overall great weapon. You're still going to see 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, I think.
And I'm excited for weapons to do other things. You know, that's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we came here to discuss Death Guard, I think we're thinking about durability, talking about durability, and of course today's preview was another army that is notoriously tough and also notoriously killy. This is of course the Imperial Knights. So let's take a look.
Wow.
Oh. So first of all, this one not necessarily as much to do with durability, but we want to talk about it. We know people are curious. So you want to take it away?
This does kind of talk about durability because the army has a 6-up Feel No Pain army wide.
Is that's?
It's like a detachment ability, I think.
Yeah.
But
if you want to talk about that, that's the next slide.
But this, so this is what you're trying to do. When you do this, the way that I'm tying this into durability, when you complete your quest, you go from a 6-up Feel No Pain to a 5-up Feel No Pain.
Army wide.
Army wide. Now, these 2 quests are in and of themselves interesting. You choose at the beginning of a game.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be trying to kill the enemy's general, or you want to get to their deployment zone. Once you complete,
is that all?
You have to hold an objective in their deployment zone.
In command phase?
Nope.
That's so much easier.
Is it though?
Than killing their warlord?
Depends. Depends on the game, right?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Everybody has very strong opinions about these. And the way I look at it is like, you choose at the table. I'm glad that I have both of these options.
Totally.
There are games where I will want to kill their warlord. If I am against knights, I will want to kill their warlord. If
I
I
want to, but you usually can't so early on.
Can't against knights. You can't hide them. They're all towering.
I agree.
But also the benefit that you get for killing their warlord is huge. It's real hits and wounds of 1 for the whole game, for your whole army.
Yeah, so I guess I'm thinking again of the Feel No Pain in this case, where
Yeah.
I just want to get to the Feel No Pain as fast as possible.
Right.
Then my army will be around longer to do whatever it is, even if it's not rerolling hits and wounds.
Yeah, I think there are times where each of these is virtually impossible. There are matchups where you will not be able to accomplish one of these.
It's so it's so interesting. It really is going to shape the game depending on who you're fighting against.
And I think that killing the warlord thing, we're still in 9th edition mindset, where it's like
Right.
a warlord is not in a unit, can be character blocked, can hide everywhere.
That's a great point.
When they're stuck in a squad,
That can just be killed down.
they're your warlords, so they have all your good stuff, and you put them in a good squad, and you want to use that squad. Well, I'm now going to kill your good squad
You know what?
and get good. Like, I'm going to get yoked. I'm going to get reroll 1s everywhere. I'm going to get 5 of Feeling Pain. I'm going to
Yeah.
be stomping around.
No,
and you
you're-
get 3 CP for doing this.
You get 3 CP
You
for
get
this?
3 CP for doing this.
Wow, blah that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Actually, I totally agree.
I think they're both interesting.
Yeah.
The other one, the benefit that you get for holding an objective in the opponent's deployment zone is you get +1 to move, advance, and charge.
The only awkward thing is, arguably, you've reached their deployment zone by that point.
Yes.
But I could see yeeting like a knight in, aggro taking something away, stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah.
interesting.
I think we'll need to see play. They're both hard.
Yeah,
They both give good benefits.
I like it. I think it's very dynamic. It's very dynamic.
Yeah. This is the kind of army rule I want to see in the game.
Yeah, I
You
love
make a
this.
decision at the table. It's not a complicated decision, but it's an impactful decision, and it rewards smart play. It rewards plan.
And frankly, this resembles nothing that they do right now, which is good because it's easy for us, it's easy for designers to get stuck in a mindset of trying to translate things directly. And the Knights, very complicated army right now. Like, there's so much going on. It's really hard for your opponent to know what's going on. And so I think they needed. It's a cool book. I love the current 9th edition book, but they needed to completely wipe it clean and simplify things. And this gets to the essence of the style and the narrative, and it's fun.
Right. They maintain the flavor. Your knights riding out to vanquish the foul beast.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Cool. Well, let's take a look at the next one. I think this is the Feel No Pain we're talking about. Some Indomitable Heroes. Again, of course, interesting when we talk about Death Guard. Very, very durable. 6 of going to 5 up is strong. But, however, this is the problem faction. Keep in mind, right? The moment we had anything revealed about 10th edition, people were like, but what about Knights?
Right.
Knights are the exception to the rule. So now we're taking a look at the exception to the rule, and we can kind of dive into that. Yeah, that's kind of it on that one. So.
Real quick, Chad is saying for the last one, you get the oath regardless.
You get...
Yeah, you don't have to.
Oh, you get one of the buffs without doing anything?
Yeah.
Oh, you just pick and you get one of those.
I thought the oaths were the things you're trying to do.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah, multiple people are saying that they.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You select one of the oaths below to be active.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just get that ability, and then when you do the
Makes you
deed,
honored.
you become honored, which gives you the 5 up Feel No Pain and 3 CP?
Okay.
Oh. Well, that changes a lot of my evaluation. Reroll 1s to hit and wound is very good.
That's very good.
+1 to move, advance, and charge is also good, and it helps you achieve the thing.
Yep.
So in cases where you think you won't be able to kill their warlord and you need the Feel No Pain,
Yeah.
then you'll go for sprinting into their deployment zone.
Yeah. I like this a lot.
But I think now there is a default.
There's definitely a default.
There's now a default of reroll 1s to hit and wound. And if you get a 5 up Feel No Pain, cool. If you don't, you probably tabled them anyway.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it's a good thing, Bridget, that there's less rerolls in this edition.
I'm not taking that bait. I'm not, look,
Let's move on to the next
I'm not
slide.
taking that bait.
Okay.
Feel the pain.
yep,
and
yep.
And here we are.
Well, I am curious to see how they'll come up with other detachment abilities that compete with that. I think that'll be hard. That one that seems key. And why does that seem key? Because knights are not that durable, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh.
In my frank
Okay.
and honest opinion, armigers are not towering, so they can hide behind obscuring.
Good.
They're basically as tough as they were before. They still have a 3-up save. They still have 12 wounds. They are toughness 10, whereas they were toughness 7 before.
Yeah.
But we've also seen a lot of gun strengths go up. There's a lot of rerolls in the game, and we were overkilling armigers in the first place. So, like,
I don't know. I think right now, at least, you can get enough armigers that they are durable enough to be a pain. However, I will also say a lot of the durability right now comes from things like the bondsmith abilities. Gaining -1 damage is a huge thing. So again, not to play the, well, we haven't seen enough card, but that is a big question because there is no mention of that here right now on either of the units that we see. Toughness 10 is interesting because relatively speaking, it's a little higher theoretically, right?
Yeah.
Right now, again, T7, Rhino, T7. Rhino goes to T9, this is T10. So it's a little higher on that spectrum, but ultimately, yeah, nothing too crazy, right?
When we do see a Melta gun here is strength 9. So Melta wounding on 5s is rough.
Rough for the Melta.
Yes, rough for the Melta.
Oh.
Unless you have a lot of rerolls, and then none of the numbers really matter. I do like the Thermal Lance being a Melta at strength 12.
Yeah, these big Meltas seem to be doing that, which is good. That's
And
really...
it's +4 damage in Melta range. Like, this thing dumps damage on people. And that's kind of a theme in this army that we'll get to in a second. But, like, I think they just do a lot of damage, to be honest. They just do a lot of damage. You look at the melee profile. I don't love a sweep that has twice the attacks but is a third the damage.
Yeah.
That's going to make me feel bad choosing the sweep every time. We talked about this with Angry Ron. I will never sweep with Angry Ron because it's like I deal a bajillion D damage or I can triple my attacks to deal 1 damage. And I'm like, pass on that. Here,
Yeah.
it's tough because not a lot of attacks, and doubling it with Exploding Sixes is enticing. Exploding Sixes is a lot more relevant with 8 attacks than it is with 4.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, I feel much better about the 4 attacks, knowing that I can have reroll hits and wounds of 1. It gets a lot better. Because 4 attacks is actually not many, right?
If you evaluate everything, knowing that you can reroll 1s.
It's night and day. 4 attacks is such high variance.
Night and day.
Oh yeah. Oh. Someone write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, 4 attacks is very high variance, and we don't know. Maybe they have strats for more attacks. Maybe they have auras for more attacks.
True.
We don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much we don't know. But even at face value, 4 attacks. Was that strength 16? What does that say? It's like in the middle of it. Can you see that number?
Strength.
It's the first melee weapon.
First melee weapon.
S.
10.
10. Oh, 10?
10 is weird.
They don't even wound themselves on 4s?
No, they do win themselves on 4s.
No, their toughness 12.
No, the toughness
Oh, their
10.
toughness 10. Okay. Look, I'm all over the place.
Interesting.
So they win most vehicles on 3s. They win Land Raiders on 5s. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
This is too much to think about. Let's just go to the next guy.
I would say one thing before. I love that they have this, what is this, impetuous charge ability on the charge. Feels very thematic and cool. That's all.
And it's good.
And it's good.
Especially when you're rerolling once.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the next guy, Canis Rex.
Yeah, so this is one of the big knights, and one of the big knights that, frankly, we really didn't see in the last edition, or even the edition before when he was invented in, because he's always been pretty bad.
Not anymore.
There's a lot to like here. There's a lot.
He's good.
And we're seeing at first glimpse big profile. So still moving 10. We're not going back to 12. Toughness 12.
Yep.
22 wounds, which is actually a downgrade.
From 24?
Yeah. Interesting. And OC 10, which, depending on who you ask, is either too high or nothing at all.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to picture in a scenario where the OC of a big knight matters.
Yeah.
They're not sharing objectives with you. They're not the sharing type.
Yeah.
Especially now that we've seen their damage profiles. You will not be surviving in the vicinity of a knight.
Right. Well, I guess the argument is, knight's on the point, you run up next to it with 5 infantry with OC2, and now they've taken it from the knight.
He's a character. He'll just intervene and kill all of you. Is intervention still a thing?
I actually don't know.
It might not be a thing. I don't know. Because characters aren't normally on their own anymore?
Right.
Oh, weird.
I think it's a fine OC value. Like, they don't auto hold things. Like, look. You played Sigmar. You're familiar with Sigmar.
Yeah.
And we all know what Gargans can do when they have...
We do.
They count as too many models.
Yep.
So I think they have to walk a careful line with these knights.
Certainly.
So I think 10 is like, it's fine. It's like nothing crazy. It's not,
And it does go down when they bracket, but it is worth mentioning that these new knights remember, they basically don't bracket. Vehicles don't really bracket anymore.
Yeah, it's
You have
below
to get them
half, right?
so
Or
low.
below quarter?
Yeah, you have to get them below a quarter wounds.
Yeah.
Which is like basically dead. So
Just
and
kill
even then, they normally just get like -1 to hit. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I would have been hitting on 5s. Now I'm hitting on 3s.
Right.
Cool. He hits on 2s with everything. Remember, he's rerolling 1s, guys.
Legend!
Canis Rex is gonna wreck people. He has a 9 damage swing.
Canis Rex.
He has a 9 damage fist.
I
His
love it.
sweeps are 3 damage, Adrian.
Oh, Bridger, you like high damage?
I do.
Oh, we got some more of that for you.
I do like high damage. I know what you're talking about. Before we get away from this guy, he has exploding 5s on everything. Because he has this cool rule that mixes crits. 5s are crits. He's cool. I think this guy's great.
Yeah.
We'll have to see points and the rest of the knights.
He's terrible.
So big numbers, huh?
Yeah, big numbers.
What's the
take a look.
next?
Let's see. Oh, big numbers.
Big numbers.
How about some damage? 12 anti-monster, monster 4+, anti-vehicle 4+, devastating wounds. So, do I have this right?
Yep.
On a 4+ against monster or vehicle, you just do 12 mortal wounds?
Uh-huh. No, that's it. Yep.
Rerolling ones.
At 18-inch range.
18?
Yeah,
18?
Yeah, it used to be 12.
Oh, okay. Could I shoot this in Overwatch if someone moves in front of me with a tank?
Yeah, probably. I mean, this is also on a knight that has a mega flamer that we haven't seen yet. I think the success
This might just be better. No, that's the other gun, isn't it?
right, yeah.
Oh!
I think the success of the Valiant, in my eyes, will be heavily dependent on that flamer. If that flamer's good, I think you'll see a lot of Valiants.
I think you might.
I still think this is a meme gun.
So yes, jokes aside, it is a meme gun, right? It's still one shot. You're still going to be sad a chunk of the time. You can still play around it.
This is like a 500-point knight in 9th.
Yeah.
This guy's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's a quarter of your army. Like,
Yeah.
he should reliably kill a thing with his dumb harpoon.
The harpoon is very bad right now. And it's one of those guns that they kind of are doomed no matter what,
Yeah.
because it's this single shot big weapon. So no matter how they design it, either it sucks and nobody uses it, or it's super powerful and everyone feels bad.
Yep.
And it's the same thing when you go to shoot it. Either it does its thing with its one shot and it kills a vehicle and your opponent feels horrible, or it misses and you feel horrible because your one big shot didn't do anything. So it's doomed from the start, but it is cute to see.
This is a funny way to kill like a Primarch. To me, this is just a funny way to
it.
kill. Like, their war boss? No, he's paced. He got harpooned.
love it. Oh
Sorry,
my
dude. AP 6, strike 24. They were just joking with these profiles.
Just like, let's just make it crazy. Now, you know what? Honestly, I think is a better profile.
Oh?
Is this next weapon we have here?
This thing.
This thing is
Busted.
super scary. Rapid fire battle cannon is truly rapid fire now.
With
like,
blast.
You look at this profile, and Bridger, when you saw it, you read it the same way I did. I look at it, you kind of skip, okay, range 72, D6 plus 3, 3, 10, minus 1, 3. Cool, whatever. It's like kind of just downgrade.
It seems like a downgrade.
Whatever. But hold on, this is rapid fire. So within 36 inches, it is double these shots.
Yeah. 6 plus 2d6 shots, plus blast.
And
you add blast onto that.
I don't know when you double, but either way, it's interesting.
No, the rapid fire just adds that many. They both just add that many. You don't get
they
double
don't
blast.
multiply.
You don't get double blast.
GW getting rid of multiplication. They retconned it out of the game.
It's just 2 additions. You're adding blast, you're adding rapid fire. It's so many shots
It's really cool.
at 3 damage.
Now, the low AP is the one saving grace that's stopping me from being like, this is a problem. AP 1, not great. Good, which is good.
This like kills a rhino every time.
I like that you're impressed that something kills a rhino, because that shows us how things have changed.
But okay,
Rhinos are tough.
I
Rhinos
know,
are tough.
I know what you're saying, but like, this isn't meant to kill rhinos. This isn't meant to kill vehicles. It's low AP. It's medium strength.
It's higher strength than Melta.
Yep. Yep, but it's not like it's still wounding Land Raiders on 5s. It's wounding other knights on 5s.
Yeah. It loves, what does it love? Elite infantry that aren't Terminators?
It's designed to kill elite infantry
yeah.
that aren't Terminators. But it
Watch out,
can,
aggressors.
it can
Yeah.
kill elite infantry that are Terminators because it's just a lot of shots. You'll fail your 3-ups.
Ooh, don't forget you're rerolling ones to hit and wound.
Look, I never forgot. But it also just can kill other stuff. Like this, I know they were trying to make weapons that aren't just good against everything. This is so many shots that it's good against everything.
To be fair, I think Knights do need a little bit of that.
I'll give you that.
Again, I think if there's going to be an exception, this is the time. Pretty cool stuff.
Is that all the pictures we have for Knights?
That's all the picture. Well, there's a couple other things, but this is kind of what we thought was most interesting and is kind of relevant to this discussion of like durability and lethality. So, of course, very curious what y'all think. I see chats shooting by, so it's great having that discussion going. And of course, if you're watching this after the fact, do comment because we do read all the comments, even if we can't respond to all of them. So yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about both Death Guard and Knights. I think from Death Guard, very soundly, I just want to wait and see more, and I don't really want to draw a conclusion.
Yeah, that's fair.
With Knights, I have drawn some conclusions based on what I've seen, but I'm not drawing conclusions based on what's missing. I'm drawing conclusions based on what I've seen, which is if you don't kill them, they will kill you.
Yeah.
Like, they don't seem that durable. Maybe they are. We haven't seen yet. But from what we have seen, they will kill you. So you have to stop them because they will kill you.
They will find you, and they will kill you.
I mean, they kind of are just Liam Neeson, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. I don't know.
I'm curious. Do we know what the thing is for tomorrow?
They don't announce that, do they?
They do. They at the bottom of
What?
everyone.
They tease?
There's like a
Are they teasing us?
Tau tomorrow.
Oh.
When are they doing the orcs?
They haven't done Custodies yet either.
Look, they hate both of us.
Who else is left?
Orcs.
Have they done GSC?
They have not done GSC.
So Custodies, GSC, Orcs, maybe like Specialist Marines? We're all kind of curious what's happening to Specialist Marines.
Yes. Where are they? Are they? Who are they?
What else is left? They did Sisters. Grey
did
Knights
Sisters.
definitely have a book, right?
Yeah, they have to. That's the only one I would say is completely holy.
We haven't seen Thousand Sons.
Ooh, Thousand Sons.
Just trying to go through all the factions in my head.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the ones on the wall. Like they've done.
That's everything. But that's still like 5 factions left. 6? Well, depending on how you break it down.
Yeah, that's true. Well, very curious to see. Yeah, with that, we have some questions. We're going to dive on into and take them. If you have any super chat, or if you have any questions and you'd like to support the channel, you can send them in a super chat, and it helps us continue to do what we do, and we can help give back a bit and give you, I'm not going to say expertise, but look, we do play a lot of Warhammer, so.
We'll talk at you.
We will talk at you.
Yeah. I think
They can be non-Warhammer related, too. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah, we do have some questions.
Well.
Oh.
It's
There we
okay.
go. So this one is from Durgram Bloodbeard. Thank you, Durgram. Hanging out during the whole stream this past stream.
Awesome.
And also in chat now. And then Durgram says, Bridger, Star Wars Shatterpoint comes out next month. Will you guys be playing it on the channel? If you haven't heard of it, it's basically Star Wars MCP. Also, you need to play Asgardians.
Okay, yes, we will play as Guardians. They're one of my favorite factions because they're like good guy Black Order. They're just like big dumb idiots.
Oh,
They're like they're expensive.
yeah, I can see that.
They get yoked. It's like Asgardians, Sentinels, and Black Order are the 3 factions where it's like just big dumb idiots, and I'm so happy to play them. So we'll definitely get them on the channel. I play them in private games. Shatterpoint. Okay, so we knew about Shatterpoint like before well, I'm sure some of you knew about it before us, but we did have early information on Shatterpoint, and we have been trying to contact AMG for over a year now.
Yeah.
We finally think that maybe we've gotten through, but it's not confirmed. I'm sure we'll play Shatterpoint at some point.
We definitely will.
Yeah.
But it might not be soon, given the climate of gaming world.
Meaning 40k.
Yep.
Not
There's
like
going to be a
anything
lot of
weird.
40k. There's going to be a lot of 40k to do, right?
Yeah.
And we are primarily 40k. But I am excited to get my hands on Shatterpoint and just play it. I think AMG makes the same game reskinned, but I love the game that they make.
That's why they haven't reached out.
So
That's why they haven't responded.
They don't watch our content. They don't know what I'm saying. I like the game that they make. I think the measurement tools and the dice, like, they make a great skirmish game. Mm-hmm. And if they took MCP and they just copied it into Star Wars, I would be delighted.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they didn't just copy it. I think they improved on it, which is even more exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
really
dope.
cool. So stoked.
Thanks, Durgrim.
Thank you.
Thank you. This next question is from the Claven.
Clayton.
And the Claven says, I know it won't happen. I'd love to see BLTs be more like Death Shroud, but ranged. 3 to 6 in unit, all the guns, let me deep strike with 4 spews, 2 flails, and LOV.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's talking about sandwiches here, but I know he's not.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just me.
I want to see some bacon-less tomatoes.
Right? I don't see them.
I have a dream for them. I like this concept a lot. And I'm curious to see how they address the 2 Terminators in the new book. How do they differentiate the 2? It's not always been super clear. They've done a better job lately, but...
Oh, that's a good... We saw Blight Lords, not Death Shroud.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, combi weapons are really good.
Combi's so good.
It's really good. You look at it and you're like, how do I kill Terminators? Oh, this. This is how these are anti-Terminator Terminators.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't think Death Shroud will be anti-Terminator Terminators. Oh, maybe they will, like, for combat. Oh, now you have my attention. It's tough. I mean, I want to say it's how do you make a gun that's good enough to do that? Mm-hmm. To do what Death Shroud do in combat?
Yeah.
But then they made combi weapons, and I was like, that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I think you might have gotten what you wanted, Clavin.
Mostly. I mean, the thing that they're asking for, I think it just can't exist, frankly, because of the kit, right? The box is 5 Terminators, one flail, 1 flamer, 1 of each of the things. And I almost guarantee that's not going to change. So it'll be 5 to 10, 1 and 2 of those, if anything. Which, like you're saying, that probably won't happen specifically, but
they fill the role.
the spirit is I think what you're looking for.
Spirits among them. Yeah. Thanks, Clavin.
Thanks, Clavin.
Thank you. This next question is from Adolin Solaris. Thank you. Hey, Titans. Going to my first tournament in July, Tacoma Open, which is confirmed to be the first tournament of 10th.
Yes.
Taking NIDS. Any advice?
Ooh. Okay.
I like how every tournament is claiming to be the first tournament of 10.
Yeah.
No, we're first, okay? Because in this part of the world, nobody else has done it yet.
Sure. Look, everyone can be first. Super excited for you. Obviously, this actually works out because when people are asking about their first tournament, I think some of the things we talk about have nothing to do with playing the game. And that's going to be extra helpful here because we have no idea how 10th edition is going to be.
Yep.
Your first tournament, that's a GT, I believe. So it's going to be big. It's going to be long. It's going to be tiring. So wear comfortable shoes. So don't be afraid to wear tennis shoes. Or if you're going to be done wearing Converse, you get some Dr. Schultz.
Ooh.
Put them in there. Yeah, just got to accept.
I've heard Crocs are actually
Really?
insanely good
Wow.
for specifically this.
Okay.
Really?
Wear Crocs.
Standing on concrete.
Stay inside with them.
That's
and
why
don't leave the
nurses
house.
wear Crocs all the time.
Oh, that's true, actually.
They're just good for standing on.
Fascinating.
I've never owned a pair, so I don't know. But
Yeah. Comfortable shoes are important, right?
they are, yeah.
Drink lots of water. If you're bringing in outside water, I try to have myself drink a bottle of water each game, minimum. Bring meds for headaches, so you don't deal with that. Sit down often, as much as you can. Those are the main things, frankly. And then from a more technical perspective, right? Don't be afraid to make a cheat sheet. Bring that. Help you remember things. You're going to be flustered. You're going to be busy. You're going to be tired. So a little cheat sheet of reminders and spells and stuff.
Nobody even knows the edition yet.
Yeah.
Like, get your practice games.
There's actually no spells either. So.
Like, so much stuff. You're going to need cheat sheets for everything.
Yeah.
And make physical game aids.
Oh,
make
yes.
tools that help you. Make cards. Make tokens. Like, these are the things that you hate it when they put in a box with a game because it's stuff that you're going to lose, but you love it when you make it yourself. So make game aids.
There it is. Have fun, Adolin.
Thank you, thank you. This next question is from Jackson Briggs.
Ooh.
Thank you, Jackson. Hey, TTT. First time super chat, but wanted to say you guys are awesome. What do you think of this list? The link is in Discord, in the T-Sun chat.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
Pulling it up.
In it? Yeah.
In it.
I just opened like 5 apps that weren't the right app in rapid succession.
Nope. Nope.
Look, I have
Thousands
long-standing, what is it?
Oh, what's up?
Balance.
No, like when you automatically do something, it's a
Muscle memory.
reflex.
Yeah.
I have long-standing reflexes.
Yeah.
Of
Totally.
just where is the thousand cents?
All right. I guess we'll
Hold
get on
up.
to this. Lindsay pulling up.
Oh,
some
there
stuff.
it is. Wait, but I've already read all the thousand. Oh, I read it because Lindsay opened it. I was like, I already read all this, chat. How?
although it's probably
That's hilarious.
I'm on it.
yeah.
Oh, it's downloading. Open.
Uh,
It's the Battlescribe printout. Okay. All right. We have an exalted sorcerer.
love it.
Oh, how am I going to convey to you all of the important things about this man?
You want me to look?
Yeah, you should just do the whole thing. I can't, because it's the Battlescribe format where like,
Oh, yeah.
even just finding the things is kind of hard.
Yeah. When you export, custom text would be super useful because it kind of just breaks it down and you can remove all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
I
I don't even know, glancing at it, whether he has a Warlord trait or relic. I can't tell.
Okay, so Exalted Sorcerer, Infernal Master, Fate Weaver.
Oh.
Oh, I like it.
Oh.
Wait, that's the whole list? No.
It's a 500
Yeah,
point
I
game.
love it, yeah.
They just brought 3 heroes.
Exactly. Unit of Rubrics with 2 Flamers and then Bolters. This is another squad of the same, so 2 of those. Unit of Zangors, just minimum. Contemptor Dread with 2 Twin Laz. That's cool. And then Flamers of Tzeentch. Unit of big block of Terminators. Very nice. And then a smaller block of 5. A single Chaos Spawn, a Forge Fiend. Cool, I love it. This is cool. It's definitely an unusual take, which I like. The Demon Detachment is very interesting. Let's see.
Did you say Terminators and I missed it?
Yeah, 10 and a 5 of Terminators. So 2 bricks, which is nice. I think you definitely need the 10. The 5 is kind of optional, but it's honestly not bad. You know, you're gonna put all your big buffs on the big squad. The smaller one it's still gonna have OPSEC and kind of be flexible. The Forge Fiend and the Contemptor.
With las cannons.
Yeah.
4 las cannons.
I get.
Why? I guess is my question. Like, what does this Contemptor do for you? Did you buy a Forge World Thousand Suns Contemptor because they look awesome?
They do look awesome.
And if that is why you're playing it, I'm 100% with you. They look so cool. If that's not why you're playing it, I wonder what role in the list it is filling that is not filled by something else.
So something that Thousand Suns struggle with is killing big things, killing tanks. You know, you have a lot of small, low AP or low strength. You can do +1 to wound, but again, that's only on 1 unit. So my guess would be this is something to kind of alleviate that.
If that's your goal,
Yeah.
I would run the Plastic Contemptor that has a Multi-Melta and a Fist. Because those things they do that job even better.
Yeah, that's actually fair. And you don't have to pay. No, you will have to.
You still pay the relic tax, I think.
Because you're actually just taking the relic one. They can't take the plastic
With that
contemptor
loadout.
because they're not Space Marines.
Can Chaos? Oh, because it's not a Defiler. They have the same thing, but it has a different
Hellbrute.
name. It's a Hellbrute,
Hellbrute.
but it's not a Hellbrute because you can't. Yep. Okay, that's weird. Yep, weird.
No, but you could just take the Hellbrute, honestly. The Hellbrute is actually comparable in Thousand Suns only because they get the 5+ invuln save.
Ooh.
That's the big negative of the Death Guard ones, is they don't have that. So you could legit run a Hellbrute, and it'll save you a CP and probably some points, frankly. They're very cheap. So I like that a lot. And what that does is, I was going to say, the Forge Fiend I like because you can give it extra AP, I believe, as a vehicle. Not a big benefit for 4 lascans, but it is a big benefit for a bunch of shots from the Forge Fiend. So I like that. They're similar but different roles. And if you swap out the Contemptor for the Hellbrute, that also doesn't need extra AP on like multi-meltas and stuff. So you kind of have 2 separate firing platforms that use different buffs. So that's the main change. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Seems like a fun list.
Very cool. Yeah. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Thank you. This next one is from Shay Connolly. Thank you,
what's up,
Shay. Hi again, Titans. Sorry for another newbie question,
all
but
good.
Space Marines. What makes the Space Marine chapters unique? Like, what is the difference between Blood Angels and Dark Angels when both can use the exact same units?
Oh, that's a great question. So this is also liable to change very soon, right?
But this is a particularly interesting example. Blood Angels and Dark Angels can take different units. Shay.
Well, yeah, so they have the core of the same, right?
Right.
There's the Space Marine units that they can both use. And then they have certain units that are unique to each of them. And that's where you start to get a bit of the flavor, right? So I can talk about some Dark Angels. You can talk about some Blood Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dark Angels, they're all about having their Deathwing, which are their kind of elite units. So they have special Terminators that have a bit of a unique loadout. And they have Deathwing bodyguards that can help block the characters. So it's like durable elite. And they also have special Ravenwing units. So fast bikers that are very, very shooty and very lethal. So the Dark Angels are interesting because they have like these completely different directions where it's really like this core Space Marine units, tough elite, fast, shooty bikes. And that's kind of the unique part is the elite and the bikes. Blood Angels also have their own stuff, which is very Blood Angels, right?
Yeah, it's a very combat-oriented chapter. They have like a blood rage in their gene seed.
Yeah.
Some of them fall to that blood rage. They become Death Company, which is one of their special units. They're just very killy, hard to kill because they're just mad. They don't care that they're dying. They're just
Berserker Marines.
right. They're kind of like corn Marines, kind of.
You said it on me.
And then there's the keepers of those, because people aren't supposed to know that the Death Company exists. So the Sanguinary Guard are the keepers of the Death Company, and they're like the most righteous. They're the bodyguards. They're like in all this super plated out golden armor. They're like Greek god people, stomping around. Also very killing in combat, but more durable in a conventional way. They're basically flying Terminators.
Yeah.
And then Furioso Dreads is when you take a Death Company and you put them in a Dreadnought. And you just get an angry Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And Ball Predators, nobody really knows why those exist, but that's a thing. They have a fancy Flamer Predator.
The scientists never stop to consider if they should.
Something about Tyrannic War, I think. Like the Tyranids came to Ball, so they made the Ball Predator to flame them out. I don't really know. There's lore there, but nobody knows
It's
it.
like a big bug sprayer, basically.
But outside of units, there's still a lot of differences between chapters.
Yeah. They will, while they can use the same units, the way that they get buffs differs. And again, it's going to change with 10th edition, but the flavor is likely to be the same. So, for example, until very recently, Dark Angels units that were on foot, very, very durable. They all get transhumans, so you can't wound them super well. And that was kind of their thing. So that really incentivizes you to take units that couldn't normally get that ability, right? Terminator blocks, things like that. So again, it's very tough, very resilient, and even their secondaries were kind of built around taking a place, fortifying it, holding it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always been a big part of their identity. Whereas Blood Angels will have, their chapter attack +1 to wound.
Real good at killing.
Really good at killing.
Real good at killing. But also fast. They have some redeploys.
Yeah.
They're all about jetpacks.
Yep.
So they have rules for like when you come in from Deep Strike, be awesome. Like they're incentivized to fit the flavor, and all the chapters have different flavors that they have rules that incentivize playing that way. So Raven Guard are sneaky. They have rules that incentivize. Well, bad example. Raven Guard just don't have rules. They're not incentivized to do anything because they just have bad rules. But like Iron Hands are all about vehicles and dreadnoughts and shooting, and they have a lot of incentives to play in that style.
Yeah.
Fists are incentivized to stand around and do nothing.
I was waiting for it.
So they have a lot of rules that incentivize not playing the game.
Oh my god. Salamanders are all about like flamers and melt-a-guns and like finely crafted weapons with like low number of shots, you know. And again, things will change in 10th edition, but the essence of these things remains the same. It's really why people play a certain chapter of another. And think about like what of those sounds appealing to you, because it's not just the fluff, it's not just the story. It will actually, your army will play like that,
right.
and that's fun. And it kind of, you know, you're a very aggressive player, so it works perfectly for you to play aggressively. I'm a very conservative player, so I want to just stand somewhere, you know, and it works. Great question, thank you, Shay.
Thanks, Shay. It was a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you. This next question is from Willow Weeks.
Ooh,
Thank you, Willow.
We know Willow.
I'm super hopeful that Contagion is utilized a bit more this edition, with it being their core mechanic. Would love to see more aura/effects within.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It would be a shame if it was just -1 toughness, particularly now that we're spread out across a larger range of toughnesses. -1 toughness now means less.
Oh yeah.
There just are way higher toughnesses on average.
Oh yeah.
So I'm anticipating more things to do with Contagion. They did have the goof ability of like sticky obsec plus
Oh yeah.
that objective just now Contagions for you for some reason.
It's literally sticky obsec.
Yep.
Because it's death guard.
Yeah, I'm hoping that their strats or their character abilities do interact with Contagion in some way.
I could see like we've seen ways that Space Marines play with Oath of Moment, and they can do the same thing. Like this character is like, oh, if you're within Contagion range, it also does this now.
Right.
Something.
Additional AP would be huge.
Oh, inexorable for everyone. But
Yeah.
-1 strength?
Could be.
Or sorry, toughness? Strength?
No, it's already -1 toughness.
Sorry, the strength is I was like, why was I thinking about their strength? Because we're toughness 6. That's right.
Yeah. We want to give them -1 strength. That could be a detachment ability that like your Contagions also give -1 strength.
Oh, dude. That would be really cool. Is like the different detachments are like different contagion types.
Oh, in it.
GW, if you haven't written the Death Guard book yet, we have some ideas. They might not be done yet.
They might not be started yet.
Oh no!
Thank you, Willow.
Thanks, Willow.
Thank you. Next question is another question from Shay Connolly.
Hey.
Thank you, Shay, again. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for all these dumb questions. I'm a disabled
good.
veteran, and wrapping my head around these things sometimes is difficult, especially in a game this immense.
There are no dumb questions, I promise you. And this game is way too complicated. We love it, but literally, I do this full time, and I still can't keep track of it. So don't even feel bad ever.
There's a
at all.
lot. And it was honestly a very insightful question of like, all the spacemen look the same. Why do I want to be one or another? And then we got to talk all that time about the cool spacemen that we like and why we think you should be some kind of spaceman, not another kind of spaceman. It was the perfect question.
Important. Thank you, Shay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. So, these next
You can't copy paste them because they're stickers.
These next 4
Oh, no.
are stickers from Durgrim Bloodbeard. He's been posting them all throughout.
Thank you, Durgan.
Gosh. Boop. And there's a cat right there. There's a little hippo that says "Get good."
Oh, get
Get good. I thought you were saying get up, Dad.
There is a banana.
Oh.
Banana.
And then there is a eye that says "Sneak Peek."
Ooh.
Are we stringing these together to understand? Is there a message?
No, I
they're
think
like
he was
reactions,
just
right?
posting them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
love
why
it.
not? Yeah.
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 I think we can make stickers. I'm not sure.
No way.
I think YouTube lets us make stickers.
We should. We need to get on that.
Just like you can make emotes, I think you can make stickers. But it's like a whole process.
I
I
don't
think they have to
care.
get approved.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can look into this right now on the couch.
Oh.
Because like these were like fun watching them go by as they posted
Right,
them.
yeah.
Like it was like really fun to. It's like, oh hey, it's a banana now. Oh, it's a little
my God.
hippo. This is good.
Get good. We couldn't make one that says get up, Dad, and it has Gilliman.
Well, that might not get past their quality control.
Well, quality control. Ethics control.
Okay, when I search custom YouTube stickers, it's like decals for your car. Why do people want to put decals on their car of the YouTube logo? Why? Who are you?
I'll say this. If we're not the clientele, I don't know who it is.
Like,
and I don't want
who
one.
wants this?
YouTube. I don't even understand when people drive around with their Insta tags on their car. I'm just like,
Yeah. Like,
I'm
what
sorry if you're
what
one of
are
the people,
you-
but
Yeah, what are you selling? Well, I don't.
I know.
Instagram, their social media presence.
Selling
I
themselves.
guess. Yeah,
exactly.
themselves. Yeah.
It's just like,
It's like you go to their Instagram and it's just like them
Yeah.
with their cat. Like, eh.
It's just. Not
I actually would love it
skill.
for it to be like that, but I imagine it's
Just
never
some
those
dude's
types of
Instagram?
people.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's always on like a Mustang or something.
Yeah, so it's, of course it's going to be up
always
to
a
the car.
Mustang.
Okay. Next question. Thank you again, Durgram, for
Thanks,
all
Durgram.
your support throughout the throughout both streams. Next question is from Stephen Whittam. Thank you, Stephen. Have y'all seen The Purge on Forge World? My space sharks got Thundercoil harpooned by GW. Now I won't be able to run Tyberos at tournaments, losing all rules support for my faction hurts.
Yeah, it is a bummer. You know.
They have been struggling to deal with Forge World for a couple of decades now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, I think, partly GW regrets Forge World.
Well, it's got a long history, and there was a reason for them existing at the time. Namely, they literally could not produce these massive kits. There was no physical way, so they were. There's a whole interesting history behind it, but there was what 7th edition. I mean, periodically throughout, but there have been times where a lot of Forge World was way too powerful, and then they said, well, by and large, we're going to make the Forge World stuff not powerful. Mm-hmm. And then they Legends a chunk of it. But still, the problem is, and the reason that they're clearly Legendsing a lot more stuff is they are always the exception to the rule. There's a weird interaction that, if you pair this Dreadnought with double Volkite and give this Iron Hands thing and this thing, then it does this thing that breaks the game.
Yep.
And 10th edition is all about making that not possible. So it sucks. I get why they did it, but yeah, it sucks. I'm losing my War Boss on Warbike, which is like a beloved model. You know, like it sucks.
You know who survived the Forge World culling?
Who?
Custodes.
Oh yeah, they kind of have.
I don't think they cut a single Custodes Forge World kit.
They can't.
Because it's over half of the kits for Custodes
Right.
in Forge World, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Gonna make
I'm
all
ready
the
to
plastic?
die. They're like, I think he's serious.
The Emperor's already dead. I have nothing to live for.
Yeah, but for everyone else,
It is a bummer to see like some of these models just got plastic kits.
yeah,
Like,
that's true. That's very, very valid.
like what was the business strategy there? What were they thinking?
I think if you like the model, buy the model while you can.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to go away, and then you can convert them, play them as other things, stuff like that. You know, like, yeah. Get your cool custom Contemptor, and then play it as a plastic one.
The chapter specific contemptors, those were cool. Yeah.
So, sorry, Steven.
Thank you. This next question is from Kino 2 Halrath.
Yay.
Thank you. Death Guard detachment rule is sticky objectives that spread contagion. Do y'all think there are army/detach rules they're holding back, or we're waiting for points? Question mark.
Yeah, it feels like that has to be the baseline. Watch, we're wrong, and that's it. That's all they get.
It's hard to judge because like Space Marines have reroll all hits and wounds against the target. Mm-hmm. The Death Guard have -1 toughness in an aura. And those are not the same.
Your thing about the stratifying toughness is such a good point, too. I didn't even think about that. Like, that ability, in some ways, got a third. Worse. It's like a third of what it was.
Mm-hmm. It does virtually nothing against vehicles. So, like, if there isn't more for Death Guard, or if there is more for Space Marines, Death Guard players will be very upset.
Right.
Are we going to see factions that have a one-piece army ability and factions that have a multi-piece army ability? We don't know.
Yeah, I'm really curious, and they still have not revealed or answered any of this. Like, we've heard of this, like, multiple spreads of rules. We still have only seen one set for each army. Mm-hmm. where he's like, is that everything on launch? Are we gonna get 2? Are we gonna get 3? Like, what are we looking at here? You know?
Yeah.
So that's a big question. But then also, I think a lot of this, you know, I do stand by like the support characters being very integral to playing Death Guard. I think that's where a lot of the buffs are gonna happen. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We're gonna find out. We're all on this roller coaster together.
Thanks, Kanedu.
Yeah, thank you. Next question is from Christos Margaritopoulos.
Hey.
Thank you again. I am okay with the army rule. I just hoped we had a detachment rule that leaned more into debuffing design philosophy. AOS Magican design.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, we've only seen one detachment ability so far, so maybe they have that. We don't know. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Magican AOS design because it's a lot of bookkeeping and it slows the game down.
Yeah, you don't like it.
That's one of the army designs where not only do I not want to play it, I don't want to play against somebody who has it, which is rare. Usually I'll play it against anything.
Right.
It's like Sisters and this nonsense. It's just the stuff that I don't like. It's like, did we really come here for are we going to spend 4.5 hours for this?
Yeah. Magican is definitely like, time to do your taxes every turn.
That's all we're doing. We actually just got here to do taxes together.
You're like, that's responsible, but not fun.
It's just not a good Friday evening to me. Like, that's not... I could play Magic. I could go to a store and play Magic. But instead, we're just doing taxes together.
I would love to see them... I think the Contagion would be a very interesting detachment, like, thing to use for different detachments. We shall see.
We're going to find out. Thanks, Christos.
Yeah, thank you. This next question is from Willow Weeks again.
Willow!
Thank you, Willow. T. With each of your 2 most interesting factions, interesting index factions, starting as soon as the index lands, you could truly be the first.
We could be the first tournament.
Oh, the TT.
The truly...
Did you get them all?
The truly first tournament of 10th edition. The truly first tournament. No, honestly, it's a great idea. We should do a TTTT early on in the edition, for sure. I don't know if we'll wait for... I guess the next one would be like fall, but we might want to do one sooner, honestly. Maybe this summer or something.
Could be.
Could be.
Edition.
Yeah. Thanks, Willow.
Would we be the first, though? Back to the question firsts.
Oh, if we wait?
Because every tournament thinks they're going to be the first.
Look, we could be. We'd have to.
I'll bet you GW staff has already had a tournament.
Oh,
but did they get ITC points for it?
Oh, that's what we're measuring by? That's the first tournament, is ITC points?
Yeah, so if you're playing Europe, then too bad. What is it? What is a tournament anyways?
It's just friends having fun.
yeah.
Oh, we do that every day.
Aww. We had the first tournament.
Aw.
Moving on.
Thank you, Willow. This next question is from Amsterdam. Thank you,
hey.
Amsterdam. Hey, Titans. Wound cap's going away. How chonky is Gaz in 10th? More than Trajan? Also, Warboss on bike going to Legends? Thoughts?
I know. We got away with the Warboss and Warbike for longer than we should have.
Yes.
don't agree with me.
They tried to get rid of him a while ago.
They did. You can't keep a good orc down. Yeah, he was always weird and janky, and you know, I get it. I want to know about Gaz. I want to see. I don't know. They're saving the best for last, I guess. So no orcs yet.
We've seen Custodes either, sir.
Best for last. We'll see which one of us comes first.
We'll see.
We'll find out. I want to know. Can Gaz join a squad?
Probably not. He'll be like Gilliman, right?
Gilliman. Does Gilliman have lone operative?
Yes, but he's like, no.
Can you shoot him?
When he's near a squad, they basically made him work the way he does in 9th. When he's near a squad, you can't shoot him.
Oh yeah. When he's near a squad, he gains lone operative.
Right.
He's like, I work alone, but he like.
But only with friends.
He's like a cat. He's like, I'm in the room with you, It's nothing to do with you being here. I just happen to be here.
I need to be here. Okay, it's important. I have important business in whatever room you're in.
Yeah. I'm completely independent. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Gaz should have more wins than Trajan. But Trajan should have a better save than Gaz. Like, that's the trade-off.
That is the trade-off. Yeah, that's true.
That's how those work.
Hamsterdam, are we going to see you
At BAO? I hope so.
I hope so.
Are they like a local? Do we know?
We saw him last year.
At BAO?
I think he's pretty
We
local.
did. Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
I hope to see you again at BAO. You should come check out the marble halls. It's probably one room. You
Halls.
should check out the one room.
You think you get a whole room?
Yeah.
Well, like a hotel room. Like they rented out one room in the hotel.
I think you're getting like a table in the back of the one hall.
Well, table's a stretch. It's actually in the room. There's beds and there's a game on top of the TV. They tipped it over.
You know, like those, like in the office, like in an office building, and it's just like the meeting room,
Yeah.
where it's like a big long table
Yeah.
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
a bunch of
Them.
yeah, just that.
Look, that event is sold out. There are dozens of them.
We're more than sold out. We're like 130% occupancy. The fire marshal will be upset. How many people we stuffed into one hotel room?
That kitchen is going to be so grand. Thanks, Amsterdam.
Yeah, thank you, Amsterdam. Okay, next question is from Sketchrisk. Thank you, Sketchrisk. Heading to my first tournament tomorrow on whim, despite never having played Arcs of
Yes.
Omen and haven't played my Raven Guard in over a year. Any advice would be greatly appreciated.
This is the type of energy that we need. Yes. All right, Bridger, take it away.
First of all, what is that currency? MYR. I've never seen that before.
Myrmidon
some
coins.
form of rubles? Have you played the new Zelda game? It's so good.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Yeah!
It's the new Breath of the Wild. And
When did that come?
to be honest,
Friday.
came out a couple days ago.
Oh.
To be honest, it is just an expansion to Breath of the Wild, but it is so worth it. It is
It's-
so good.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's the continuation of like the Breath of the Wild story,
Right.
but it's its own game. It's not like they were just like, oh yeah, it's just be 2.
No,
Right.
it's enormous.
It's its own game.
Oh.
It's great.
It's humongous.
That sounds cool.
If you thought Breath of the Wild was a large number of hours, you were correct. But this game is even more hours.
Oh my god.
It's huge and a great game.
That sounds cool.
I don't know what got me on that. I think I said rubles, which made me think rupees.
Well, it's Malaysian. It's Malaysian ringgit.
Oh, super cool.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so tips. Make a cheat sheet.
Just gonna give the same.
No, I'm actually not giving the physical stuff. I'm going to assume it's an RTT single day, so that stuff is still helpful, but it's not as central. And I'm going to focus more on the fact that you are going to be diving headfirst into the deep end. So cheat sheet. Ask questions of your opponents. So, asking, do they have the ability to fight last? Can they move out of phase? Can they shoot you when you come in from deep strike close by? Kind of ask questions that are going to help you find the information that's going to, how do I say this? Like, you want to ask the right questions.
Probing questions.
Probing questions. And this is going to help you alleviate the fact that you might not know all the armies that you're playing against, right? And that's going to help you get to the core of what is important and what you need to know in each game. And also, frankly, just try to keep it moving. It's okay to make mistakes. Just keep the game on a good pace. And that will serve you better, frankly, than trying to do everything perfectly and then clocking out.
Yeah, I think managing expectations, particularly for early tournaments, is important. Of saying, here is my goal that I think is reasonable for this event that I'm going to. And whether or not I achieve that goal, I plan to enjoy the event and have fun and set boundaries for yourself. Say,
I agree.
if I get really tired, here are the conditions under which I might take a break. I might skip a round, drop, or whatever, right? Here's what I really would be excited, but here's what I'm expecting. Like, make sure that you manage your expectations, particularly as a person, if you've never played an event before and you're not familiar with, or you're not like deeply familiar with the rules of the current, I don't want to say edition, but like sub-edition, right?
Yeah,
Like,
state of the game.
John and I are going to an MCP tournament, having played only each other and only like a handful of times. We're going in with very managed expectations of like, mostly we just want to play games with people that aren't each other and have a good time. I have a goal of winning 1 game of 4.
You guys are seeing other people?
We, we're
trying.
It's like polyamorous. Like
it was branching out.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're interested in meeting other people, but we still want to spend time together.
Yeah. Aw.
Sweet.
Like we have a main squeeze.
That's very healthy.
Yeah. But like I plan to win a game of my 4. And if I do better than that, great. But like my goal is to win 1 game.
Yeah.
I think it's important to set those expectations. And I'm also going to be, as a person who's played 0 competitive games, I'm going to walk up to every table and be like, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm Bridger. I hope you have a great game. I don't know what I'm doing, and you're going to have to correct me on stuff. And I'm probably going to lose this, and that's okay. And if I clock out, I lose, and that's okay. I just want to learn from this game. And it's important to have that perspective of like understanding the situation and not thinking that it's something else. Not pretending that like, oh, I'm a competitive master. I've played so many games of Warhammer, so I will crush all of these MCP people. Like, I will clock out. It's going to happen, and you lose immediately when you clock out. I'm going to get rules wrong, and my opponent's going to be like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Like, I understand these things are going to happen, and that's okay, because I'm going to be open and communicate about it.
It's going to help you. It's going to make it much more enjoyable, setting those goals, and as you play more tournaments, you can move the goal. It's literally can be winning 1 game, winning 2 games. And like, I remember this very distinctly. Like, okay, great, I didn't get last place this time. I'm getting better, I still lost all my games, but I got more points,
Did better.
And it's fun, especially fun actually at that point, because it's your progress is actually much more measurable than it is later on. So just enjoy that fact, even if it means you're going to lose in games. That's fine. You're exploring. You're learning. Beginning of a very cool and very fun journey.
Thanks, Sketch Risk.
Thank you. Okay, so this next question is from 7 Falcon 8 Wing 7.
Oh, what's up?
So they super chatted first saying, "Hola, where/how can I find a list for you to look at?"
Excellent.
And then I responded in the chat. I was like, "Hey, you have a list. You're in the Discord. Post it in the Discord." And then they responded with this. It's in Drukhari.
Okay.
And so
That last line really confused me because it said "don't see faction channel," but I put it in the faction channel. I was like, pro strats.
Is it?
It's the newest post.
Yeah, it's the newest post, Elron.
All right, let's take a look. So I kind of like playing a subpar army list, meaning probably you have your own flavor on it. I have a bit of everything, not leaning too much on a single unit type. Don't expect to win, just perform well enough. Cool. So this is Poison Tongue Detachment. We've got an Archon with Ancient Evil for the fight last. The Jin Blade, very nice. Drazar with Warlord, which is cool because he gets 4 rerolls hit and wound. We have Kabbalite Squad. Trueborn, yeah. 2 5-mans of Warriors with a Blaster, 2 5-man Incubi, 2 units of Scourge, 1 with Dark Lances, the other one with Shredders, nice. A Ravager with Dark Lance, with Dark 3 Dark Lances, right? Raider with Dark Lance Splinter Axe, 2 Venoms, and then Cult of Strife Patrol with Lelith, 2x10 Witches. One of them is Blood Brides, with you got a bunch of the weapons. Blood Rides with +1 strength, the other one random. Interesting.
Because you get 2 when you random?
Yes. I get nervous though, because you really need strength.
Yeah.
2 units of 5 Mandrakes, a unit of 5 Hellions with random drugs. I think Hellions benefit more from random drugs because they're already strength 4. And then a 6-man Reaver with 2 Heat Lances and 2 movement drug. I thought about having the usual Succubus, but need the CP for redeploy strat of Kabbalite Warriors. Lelith can also keep units in combat with her, and it's not a great loss if she dies. Finally, I don't like any Coven units and really like the Kabbalites and Scourge. Great.
This list actually seems pretty good.
I am super into this.
Like, from a person who prefaced this by saying, I want to play a subpar army.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Like, this is a good army.
I like it. It's got, as you said, a bit of everything, which you can do with Drukhari. And I wasn't sure about Lelith, because I think she's largely not as good as these other Succubus, but you have the exact reasons why you take her, why you don't take the other Succubus. And you're saving command points. And Lelith is good if you don't want to spend those command points. So she's perfect for that. The Scourge with the Dark Lances, I get nervous because they're expensive. They're -1 to hit. That's the only thing. Oh, and then the random drugs on the Witches. Again, I get a little nervous not having guaranteed strength 4.
Yeah.
It's not definitely wrong.
Some people like to gamble though.
Exactly.
I would probably do this.
You would definitely do that.
Because like I would look at it as the efficiency.
Right.
Like, oh, I get 2 drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't get 2 drugs otherwise.
More drugs?
My biggest question is like transport management. There's 2 Venoms and a Raider,
Yeah.
but you have 20 Witches and 10 Incubi, and you have Trueborn. So I don't know what goes where. Because you have more things that you want in transports than you have transports.
Oh, it's only 1 Raider.
1 Raider, 2 Venoms. So you can fit 20? Or can a Venom hold 6?
They both hold 1 extra, so it's 11 and 6.
Ooh,
Yeah, because Drukhari know how to build transports, right?
they do.
But you're right. I wish there was a bit more transport
You
for
kind
that.
of want one more Raider. Like swapping
Yes.
a Ravager into a Raider solves some of the problems I think this list has.
I agree.
But overall, I love the concept.
Yeah, I think this is
It's a
super cool.
Very cool list.
Love it. Thanks, 7 Falcon, 8 Wings 7.
And cool name.
Love it.
Thank you, thank you. This next question is from Devon Wilson.
Hey,
Thank
hey.
you, Devon. One of the mission cards they previewed gave everyone sticky objectives. Guess Death Rock Guard aren't getting a detachment rule on that mission. Grimace.
Only if that's the detachment you chose, my dude.
Oh.
I look at the detachment rule and say to myself, I guess they have 1 less detachment than I thought. Because why would I ever take this?
It's fair, I suppose.
I mean, I don't know what the other options are, but I'm
Right.
looking at those.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
And maybe, because we still don't know like the list building constraints on detachments, warlord traits and relics and stuff. Maybe it's a trade-off of like good detachment ability, bad warlord trait and relic, bad detachment ability, good warlord trait and relic.
So much.
So much we don't know.
So much.
A lot of depth.
Which is exciting. I know it can be frustrating right now, but it's actually exciting. And I think
It's going to be overwhelming.
it really is. It's
When
going
you
to
see
be.
all of it?
We're going to do our best to dig through it, help guide people, ask questions where we frankly don't know.
Yep.
So it's going to be cool. But I think it's kind of like saying you shouldn't take Dark Angels because other people can transhuman sometimes.
Right.
You know? It's still a good ability. It's just sometimes other people can be good too.
What's one mission?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there are missions in 9th that have sticky OPSEC.
Couple.
And, like, Space Marines have the ability to have sticky with their OPSEC.
Yeah.
Space Marine players are not complaining that
They
have
better
that.
not be.
Right? They're not like, oh, this mission sucks because everybody can do my thing. Like, no, they're just happy that they have their ability.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's God. Thanks, Evan.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Next question is from Matthew Powell.
Hey.
Thank you, Matthew Powell. I want to paint all my sister's units, different colors for 10th. Should I focus on same armor, different cloaks, emblems like knights, rainbows, glitter?
Glitter's an
There's
option.
glitter.
What?
Glitter is still
Oh my
being
gosh.
mentioned. It's, yeah.
All the units, different colors. So cohesive within a unit, but different for different units. I think having an intentionally non-cohesive paint scheme, you have to be careful with. I think you have to set ground rules for yourself so that it still looks like an army, not a collection of units you bought off eBay. Because it can very easily end up looking like a collection of units you bought off
Yeah.
eBay.
What I'll generally try to do, and I do this with my orcs a lot, so I'll have like my main colors, my like 3 colors, and then I'll just kind of rotate them like where they are in a unit.
Yeah.
And that way, so like if you have 3 colors,
Oh, I think we're back.
yeah,
Are we back?
Heidi ho, neighbors, neighborino. We got a weird techno blip.
I'm trying to watch the stream.
Lights flickered and the whole computer locked up. It was a pretty wild experience.
Oh yeah, it just jumped. Now it's me on my phone.
Yeah, that is. I mean, you are on your phone. The only thing we need is our preview that's on the television, and then we will
yes.
be good to go. What were we
Cool.
even talking about before we disappeared?
Well, here's Matthew Powell's question.
Oh right, you were rotato
Yes.
potatoing your paint colors.
Potato,
Yes.
potato. So you get 3 variations, and you can do that on each unit type. So that gets you pretty much covered. Obviously, troops are a bit of a thing, but look, you can only have 6 troops now. So that's what I would recommend.
You don't have 6 troops?
Uh,
You could have.
no, you can have up to 6.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
6 total?
It's rule of 3 and 6 for troops.
Right, 6 of each troop.
Correct.
Do sisters only have 1 troop?
No.
No, they have novitiates.
No, but
So you could have 12 troops.
no, but it's a different type of unit, so the way you color it is different.
Oh, okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It wouldn't work
okay.
otherwise.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm following along.
So I like that. So I would pick a color scheme and just do that and do that. As far as differentiating between armor or cloaks, I think to me those are the 2 clear options.
Same armor, different cloaks?
Yeah, do you change the armor or change the cloaks?
I would, according to your plan, change both, doing the rotato potato. So you have like an armor color, a cloak color, and a highlight color.
Yeah, you're right. Do the
And
rotato
you
potato.
rotate, armor becomes cloak, cloak becomes highlight, highlight becomes armor, and you just you do the wheel.
Rotato potato.
Rotate that potato, as they say.
There it is, Matthew.
But I would be, again, very cautious. This is an advanced technique called planning. You don't want an eBay army. You put the effort into painting it all yourself. You want it to look like you painted it. There you go. That's our tips. You can beyond that, you can do whatever you want. Emblems, rainbow, glitter. You do you.
Now, what if you had a rainbow army, but all of them were covered in glitter?
Oh my goodness.
We didn't break any of our rules. As long as they're all cohesively rainbow.
The thing that
The whole
brings
army.
them together is the glitter.
The glitter.
It's,
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know, if you see an army
find that on
if you see an army on the table
Yeah.
that's all like a very obvious rainbow,
Yeah.
but they're all glittery.
Oh,
you're
it's
like,
like-
oh yeah.
Wait, is the army a rainbow or is each
the
model
army,
a rainbow?
No, the army makes a rainbow. If
Yes.
if you line them up, you got the Roy G. Biv of squads.
Yeah, it's like Skittles.
Yes,
That's
Skittles
cool.
dumped in glitter.
Dumped in glitter.
Dumped in glitter.
Not just a sprinkling of glitter,
Dumped.
to the point where you can't see the paint anymore.
You know,
The
over the
rainbow
years,
no longer relevant.
I've had a lot of conversations with Mel about the norms of our hobby. You know,
Okay.
things like, can I use shards of broken glass on my basing?
And we're like, yes.
I'm like, no. And she's like, but why? I was like, I don't know.
Well,
We had the same thing with glitter.
why do you want to
Have shards of
shards of broken glass? I understand the glitter. I
Yeah.
have seen
Did somebody
models
say shattered glass?
with
shattered glass.
Is that a joke? Lindsay's laughing. Did you watch that video? Shattered glass is a whole. Never mind. I take it back. Continue.
It's
I'm
still
sorry.
funny. It's
You
just
were
funny
talking about
regardless.
something.
You were saying?
I have seen a model that has glitter on it. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's varnished on there, so it's you know,
Definitely.
stuck in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, it's obviously glitter.
Yeah, you can make it work, you know? And that's the thing, I'm just like, there's like norms,
Yeah.
and then you just break the norms, and I'm like it's not wrong. It just
Yeah.
totally throws people off, you know?
And there are times where that's very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like breaking the norms is where you get some really awesome stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I think planning. You got to plan it to
Yeah.
make it, you know, what's the thing that brings it all together. But yeah. Well, thank
Truly
you.
challenging.
Thank you, Matthew. Next question is from Christos again. Christos says, Index armies will get only one detachment.
Is that true?
Wait.
You know that?
One detachment
That's a
rule or one detachment?
One detachment.
One detachment.
So when I said just don't take that detachment ability,
yeah. We're only getting one?
I didn't know that was confirmed.
I don't know.
Cannot confirm or deny, Christos. You've definitively said a thing that I don't know is true. But I can't disagree with you because I don't know it's false.
Devon
don't
Wilson
know.
also says one detachment.
That makes me
But
sad.
all he says is just one detachment. Doesn't say if it's true or
Yeah.
not, just says one detachment.
I know we get one, like, Okay, well,
That would make me sad
that makes me sad.
if like
I feel like that the bar,
Space Marines get options and nobody else does.
Kenotu said that they're pretty sure they confirmed it at the Fest Q&A.
that there's only going to be one spread to
For
start.
each index?
What's the point of having them then? No way.
Just to
Yeah, it was said at Fest.
Wow. Well,
I
I'm
would-
sad.
Describe that as a poor decision. I would.
That's like a big feature of the edition. I'll have words with GW.
That's rough.
You know this thing that apparently everyone else knew except for us? Well, we're upset.
Well, more detachments will come to books.
Right.
Yeah, but that's who knows how. I mean, Eldar aren't even on the roadmap. You tell me Eldar don't get to choose detachments for the foreseeable future.
Apparently.
Like, look, you see everybody else having fun frolicking in the meadow,
Yeah.
choosing which detachment they like.
Getting sticky object.
Not you. You get one detachment and you better like it. Okay, well. Ooh.
This is probably the most upset I've been about any of the reveals.
They get one detachment.
We've been like, this is fine, everyone calm down. But this is like,
whoa.
oh, I'm so sad.
That was
now
like
I'm off center.
That was like corn deadlifting.
I want detachment rules. I was excited for that.
That's really lame.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. That's bad.
Well,
That's just genuinely bad.
thanks for letting us know.
There's nothing else we can say. That
I
just
wish I was ignorant still.
feels bad for everybody except like one small group of people.
Right.
Well, let's move on.
All right.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Christos.
let's move on.
Thank you. This next question is from Sleepy Gary.
Ooh.
Tau
know
preview tomorrow. My concern, they might become a BS4 army.
They are
Should I
BS4.
sell now?
I think that's the joke.
That's the joke.
They are already a PS4. Yeah, no, sell them. And buy more MCP.
Oh. Sleepy Gary also
See.
sold his soul.
To MCP? Yeah,
He's playing with you guys, right?
yeah. He taught me how to netlist.
Oh, great. Great.
There's so many. Look, army construction in that game is really hard.
I do not fault anyone who netlists. I think it's great.
I had to learn.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
need a
awesome.
starting point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think people who shame people for netlisting are in the wrong. Let people play the game they want to play and let them learn from people who know what's going on.
And in my process of exploration, I've already diverged from the netlist. Because lists aren't due until BAO. So I played the
They're not due-
netlist.
Hold on. Not
Yeah,
until
it's until like the
you
day
walk
before.
up?
No, it's like the day before the event.
Oh my.
So I started with the netlist and I was like, I'm going to try some different stuff, change some things around.
Yeah.
And Gary disagreed with all my decisions, but that's okay. Because I'm playing it. He's not playing it.
You add a little spice.
I did. I put a member of the Black Order in the list.
Bridger, we talked about this.
Every time.
Thanks, Sleepy Gary.
Thanks, Sleepy Gary.
Thank you. So that was the last question.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna close things out with more stickers
Oh,
from
more stickers.
Durgram.
There's a
Aw,
song
thanks,
coming
Durgram.
in.
Yeah,
So
we got
cute.
the smiley little fox
Ooh.
here. We got the how's it going pair.
Oh, that one I like.
That
Got
pair.
Lemon Man here.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Look at that guy.
These
He's
are
winking.
amazing.
Yes. And then a little fox says, good job.
Aww.
That's us. Is that when the string
Fox
crashed?
is really cute.
Probably.
So
No,
cute.
no, actually, it was before. Oh.
Oh, we got one more.
Yeah, we got one
from
more.
Mr. Devon.
Hey-o.
Please hold. We're going to copy paste.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How
Can you
doing?
believe how old Friends is?
It's very old, man. We're very old.
We're old.
Yeah.
It's like super not relevant anymore. If you watch,
Some of it is outright, it's downright uncomfortable. It's like, this is not
unwatchable.
okay, actually.
it's unwatchable.
Crazy how fast that happens.
Well, this is from Devin Wilson. Thank you, Devin. Sorry if I was whiny talking about this sticky objective mission. It is just a rule I dislike. So it also not be even being unique stings.
Oh, you're good. Don't
You're
even worry.
good.
Just like, hopefully you don't take our thing to heart either.
the fact that they only get one choice, like that, we assumed. I thought they would get 3.
Yeah, so knowing what we know now, I hate that rule.
That sucks. That's their detachment rule. Is like, ugh.
It's pretty bad.
Not only do you feel bad that like you don't get to choose, you feel bad that some factions just don't get good detachment abilities, and you're like, all right, like how long
Right?
do I have to wait until we get a real detachment ability? Like, just gonna sit out the clock here? Like, what's?
What a sad bit. Like, hey, don't worry. When you're dead and gone, the objective will still be held.
And guess what? It's a gross objective now.
It's gross.
Until they're on it.
Which is
I actually can't conceive of a scenario where it's useful.
so it's contagion range.
Sure.
So it's 3, 6, and 9.
But their goal is to stand on it, though.
Maybe they don't make it all the way.
But they have a tape measure. They can see where contagion range is and not be there.
Well, look, you can't measure anything if you take the tape measure.
I don't know why they wrote the rule. It doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Devin.
Yeah.
I'm whiny too. I like to whine.
Money's great.
And that is the last question.
Amazing. Hopefully you all enjoyed this vigorous discussion of 10th edition. We're all excited. We have opinions. And there's going to be a lot more coming, a lot more we're going to be discussing. And of course, as soon as everything hits the ground, we're going to be doing battle reports left and right. We're going to be doing tactics content, so much stuff. You have no idea. You don't even know.
You don't even know.
It's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thank you all so much for joining us, supporting us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll catch you next time on the Tabletop. Bye.
Bye.